क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have understood, yes, Jiva is an illusion, like husband is an illusion, not the reality. Similarly, Jiva is illusion. Vimudha nanu pashanti, pashanti dhyana chakshushaha. Yes, we are clear. But when it comes to our day-to-day life, again we are back to square one. What to do with that? There is a story in one Upanishad about our Naradji Bhagwan. Naradji was going and he came across Sanat Kumar Ityadi, and Naradji was in a depressed mode. You can imagine Naradji depressed. He makes other depressed, but he was depressed. So he was asked, Naradji, come on, what happened? Why are you depressed? Have you not studied scriptures? Meaning, those who study, they lose their right to be miserable. See, friends. Otherwise, what happens? While giving the lecture, aham brahmasmi. And after I get down, aham brahmosmi. Same thing. So, Naraji was so frustrated. So, have you not studied? Studied. I have studied not 1, 2, 3, 64 different branches of knowledge. Yes. Then what is remaining? He said, even then I am disturbed, frustrated. Why? Earlier I had the notion that I am depressed, frustrated because I do not know. Therefore I studied Vedanta. Now after having studied, now again I am depressed much more. Why? Now I have lost my right to be miserable. So even I say one word, yaar, I am not well. They start sarcastically. Oh, you have studied Vedanta, na? Therefore you are miserable. So earlier it was the misery of ignorance. Now it is the misery of knowledge. Our story. See, friends. Therefore, in the 11th verse, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, please repeat after me, Yatanto yoginaschainam pasyantyatmanyavasthitam yatantopyakrutaatmanaha nainam pashyantya chetasaha. Now here there are two types of people are referred. First is yatantaha yoginaha, those who are practicing the knowledge in life. See, practice of yoga is different. Practice of chanting is different. Practice of doing good to others is different. Practice of knowledge is different. See? What is the practice of knowledge? For example, you take your yoga. doing your acrobatics, what you call yogasanas, they are acrobatics. How long can you do? 5 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. After that, you give it up. Similarly, doing pranayam, bharte raho hava. How long? 5, 10, 20 times. See? After that, out. Meditation. How long will you do meditation? With great difficulty, half an hour. After that, frustration. So all other practices are, which are action oriented, they are limited by time and efforts. But practice of knowledge, POK, not occupied Kashmir, huh? Practice of knowledge. Now, what is the practice of knowledge? Here the teacher says, Yatantaha yoginaha enam paramatmanam. This Paramatma pashanti atmani avasthitam. They are 24/7 aware of their divine nature. Once realize, always realize. No, sometimes I feel I am realized, sometimes I feel I am not realized. What is the conclusion? Na ghar ke, na ghat ke. See? Therefore, here the teacher gives a very strict understanding. Yatantaha yoginaha, those who are the sincere seekers of truth, they enam atmanam pashyati atmani avasthitam. They experience the divine self as their own being. You cannot know without being, and you cannot be without knowing. See, friends, in Taittiriya Upanishad, a mantra comes, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman So Shnute Sarvan Kaman Sah Brahmana Vipaschiteti. In one place, when I was chanting some mantra, so one person, why you quote this mantra in between which we don't understand? I said, do you know the technique? The technique is, if you are in front of people who do not know Hindi, you should talk Hindi. That is the way you can impress upon. If you are in front of the people who do not know English, you should talk English. They are very, very educated. In the same manner, in front of you, I chant Sanskrit mantras, therefore, Swamiji knows so much. This is the professional secret. In this mantra, the Upanishad says, Satyam Jnanam Ananta Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhaya. Truth cannot be known without being the truth. See? Nihitam Guhaya. Now, Guha doesn't mean a Bengali. You know, one of the names, family tells Bengali, Guhaji Ajao. No, not that Guha. See? Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. What is the Guha? Panchakosha is the Guha. And here, Parame Vyomanna, the supreme space. What is the supreme space? There are 3 spaces. One is the one where we are. This is called as Bhutakash, gross space. Second is called Chittakash, mind space. And third is the Chidakash, the conscious space. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. Meaning what? Meaning, he who is aware of his divine nature. What will happen? What are the symptoms of realization? Like symptoms of corona, symptoms of knowing the truth. See? Sarvan Kaman Sah Apnoti. All his desires stand fulfilled simultaneously. In other words, he is left with no desire. You take any Upanishad, this is the conclusion. Bhagavad Gita also, when Arjuna asked this question, the same thing. What are the signs of a man of steady wisdom? What is the meaning of meditation for him? How does he live in this world? How does he respond? How does he sit? Bhagavan says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan. Hey Arjun, when one entertains it, zero desires, he is the wisest among the wise. See, friends. Therefore, here, yatantaha yoginaha api pashyanti enam atmani avasthitam. Meaning what? Atmani avasthitam, he is aware of his divine nature. And in that awareness, he is conducting the drama of life. Now, the best example I can think of is an actor who is acting on the stage. Suppose he is acting as, let us take, a criminal. So, he may be acting as a criminal, but he knows he is not a criminal. See how important it is. And therefore, yatanta yoginaha, the wise people who are sincerely putting efforts in this direction. Efforts are not physical, they are not mental, but they are trans-physical, trans-mental. And therefore, atmani eva avasthitam pashyati. They are abiding in that truth. And how do we know? We carry minimum burden of desires. Now, this is one story. Second one, yatantaha api akrutatmanaha. There are other people who are putting a lot of efforts, but akrutatmanaha, they have not worked on their mind. First, spiritual practice is mind your mind. We are taken for granted everything in life. You may trust anything in this world. You can trust a cobra. He may not bite you. Be afraid of it. Afraid of us. See? You may trust cobra. Don't trust the mind. Mind must be disciplined. No option. See, Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripur Atmana. Here Atma means mind. Our mind is our friend and our mind is our enemy if it is under control or not under control. And therefore, akrutatmanaha, those who have not worked on their mind, without that proper mind, yatantaha api, although they are putting sincere efforts, yet na enam pashyanti achetasaha. Achetasaha means those who are dull-witted, they do not recognize their own divinity. See, friends. Therefore, two things are told. Spiritual practice means as we take care of our physical body by doing exercise, etc., we have to also take care of our mind. And how to take care of the mind? Remove these old habits of mind. What are the old habits? Dekho, suno, bolte raho. No. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. Meaning, be in this world with zero comments. We don't have to give comment on everything and everything. No. Second thing, don't go in the past. I'll give you mantra diksha right now. Put your right hand on your left heart and repeat what I say. 13th May 2023. 13th May 2023. 13th May 2023. Now your Diksha is over. Now listen the meaning of this Diksha. You are not going to talk anything, whatever has happened, good or bad, in your life before this date. Now try to talk. But that day, Swamiji, again you are going back. Stop here. Friends, all the problems are mind cannot survive in the utter present. For the survival of the mind requires migration in the past or projection in the future. See? Now if you take this mantra in letter and spirit, now try to talk. You cannot. Because all that we talk to others is only the old stuff. Jaane kahan gaye wo din, wo bhi gaye, bhaad mein tum bhi jao. See, friends, All the time living in the past is not spiritual life. See? Otherwise, all the time, when I was there, and oldies like me, we don't understand. Nobody is interested in our past. They are interested in their future. Now, what future I have got? Waiting, come ahead, when I am due. What future I have got? But youngsters, they have got all the future. But whenever I go, wherever I go, see, when we were children, we used to climb on the tree. Then climb now also, why you get down? And don't come down. See? It is so important, so valuable. Therefore, akrutatmanaha, we are not working on our mind. So these are the techniques. Don't go in the past. Catch this point. Past belongs to the body, not to us. We are beyond time. Time is just a projection of the mind. See? If you want to recognize or understand correctly what is the meaning of mind and consciousness, is so simple. Wherever there is a movement, mind is born. No movement, pure consciousness. Movement is in time, in space, and in objects. Living in this mode 24/7 is krutatmanaha. We have worked on our mind. Therefore, yatantaha api akrutatmanaha. We put lot of efforts. Our effort putting is like what? If you run maybe for 8 miles per day, you will reduce your heavy weight. Okay? Run for. Doctor told, and the patient started running. He ran for 1 month and then called. Dr. Saab, as you told me, I did it. I have been running for 8 miles per day. Now, what is the result? Is it good? Yes, the result is very good. I have lost 40 kilos. Very good. See, I told you. No, but doctor, there one more problem has come up. What is the problem? I am 240 miles away from my house. आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. What can you do to such people? In the same manner, akrutatmanaha, we do everything. See, I am taking only salad these days. I want to reduce my weight and all that. Then take salad very nicely. After that, 1 kilogram of ice cream. Everything leveled. Akrutatmanaha. Do not take chances about the mind. Mind has to be disciplined. And the discipline begins with the simple formula which I gave you. No. We have to have that. Otherwise, actually, every time we take food, oh, today I ate little more. Every day the same story. No, actually, I didn't want, but they told me to take. They told, but you are a buffalo or what? You know what to eat, what not to eat. Akrutatmanaha. No control over oneself. So, yatantaha akrutatmanaha. Who are they? Achetasaha. If I translate in Pakka Hindi, you will get the meaning of it. Achetasa means Bewakoof. Suppose you tell somebody that you are ignorant, it doesn't make hit. This I learned from one mad person. See? One person went to see his patient in a mental hospital. He met everybody, and then he came out, and it was 7, 8 o'clock, darkness. So before driving the car, he thought, let me check my car, everything is okay or not. So he went around the car. Somebody has removed all the 4 bolts of the wheel, but wheel was there. Oh God, now how will I go? And he started looking. These people, I don't know who has come. And there, one man was walking. He said, what is wrong? Why are you so disturbed? See, somebody has removed my this thing, and how will I go home? He said, there's nothing to worry, man. Keep cool. Remove one bolt from the remaining 3, fit it there, go home. Arey yaar, you are a genius. He said, no. See my ID, I am a official mad person. But how did you say that? He said, I am mad. I am not Beokoof. Mad people make others miserable. And Beokoof, they become themselves miserable. Therefore, achetasaha, those who are miserable, they are Beokoof. A miserable person cannot walk spiritual path. See, I was having my root canal in Delhi. Therefore, I could not talk much. So only 2 lectures I used to take. There also question answer. So I was not answering. Somebody sent a slip. Swamiji, with your root canal, how can you talk? And what meditation you do? I said, I do sentidental meditation. A person with a toothache, can he think of God? A person who is miserable, can he think of God? No. If you have to think of God, you have to give up the dog. All the time, same rubbish thing in this world. This world has always been like this. You cannot change, you cannot do anything in this world. Like we cannot improve the mirage waters. We cannot change the pattern of colors in the rainbow. What is it? Every time the wave giver, let us change the color pattern. No. Because it appears but doesn't exist. In the same manner, this world appears, doesn't exist. Then what to do? Kurvanne veha karamani jiji visheshatagam sama. Live 100% every moment. That's it. So yatantaha api kritatmanaha na enam pashyati atmani achetasaha. And therefore such people are walking the spiritual path and yet they are miserable. Therefore, friends, either don't walk the spiritual path. You are qualified being miserable. If you are walking the spiritual path, you cannot be miserable. See, friends, you all have done this mistake. You have come for this retreat. Like after you go home and become angry with your people, you will be getting a comment. Yes, you have come recently from a retreat. They must have taught this only. And you will become more miserable. See, a dirty clothed person, if some more dirt come on him, it doesn't make any difference. But if you are having a tinopal white clean, even a bicycle goes next to you, that emission will leave a spot on your cloth. See, friends, therefore, you have all lost your right to be miserable. Dekho Maharaj. Then what will happen to the misery? Make others. This is very bad. How can you make others? Friends, just think properly. A happy person cannot make others miserable. And a miserable person doesn't like happy people. See? Like many people are angry with us only for this thing. What happened to you? Get married and show. Be happy, be happy. Right? So is marriage a certificate or a license? You become miserable? No. Therefore, having come to this, now the wise person discover the divinity in him. Be attentive. Atmaupamena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sa yogi paramo matah. We look at the world as we look at ourselves. A simple rule. If I consider myself to be a sannyasi, then what is the world for me? Sannyasi and non-sannyasi. If I consider myself to be a man, what is the world? Man and woman. If I consider myself to be Indian, what is the world? Indian, non-Indian. See, and if I come to discover my divine nature from that platform, everything is nothing but divinity. See, friends, therefore, we have to first discover our divine nature. As a result, our vision will change. And in that change vision, what is the experience? This is the topic. Next, Bhagavan Krishna takes 12th mantra onwards. Please repeat after me. Yadaditya tejaha jagadbhasayate khilam yachandramasi yachagno tattejo vidhi mamakam gamavishya cha bhutani dharayamyaham Pushnami chaushadhi sarvaha somo bhutva rasatmakaha aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashritaha pranapana samayuktaha pachamyannam chaturvidham sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha matta smritirjnanam apohanancha vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyo vedanta krut veda videva chaham. These are the addresses where Bhagwan can be experienced. How many of them are given? If we are closer to our divine nature, then what will be our perception of this world? Yat aditya gatam tejaha, the brightness, the light, the heat of the sun, there it is the expression of the divinity through the sun. Yat aditya gatam tejaha, jagat bhasayate khilam. Yat chandramasi, the cool light in the moon, that is also tat tejo vidhi mamakam, that is also my light. Okay. Yacha agnau, that which is in the fire, there also I am. See, friend, these are technical terms. Sun is the, see, we have to understand three ways. One is Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adhyatmik. The sun which is hanging in the sky, it is called as Adi Bhautik sun. The sun because of which Karna was born to Kunti, that is Adi Daivik sun. And the sun because of whose grace we have got a vision in our eyes, that is the Adhyatmik sun. So here the teacher says, Yadaditya gatam tejaha. That means the same reality is expressing as the light in the Adi Bhautik sun, as the experience in the Adi Daivik sun and Adhyatmik sun, we are aware of that. Yadaditya gatam tejaha jagat bhasayate kilam. Similarly, moon is the presiding deity of the mind. And so also, the Agni, the fire, is presiding deity of the speech. That means, what is externally known as sun, moon and the fire, they are subjectively as the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas and the mind. Both of them are supported by the same reality. And therefore, a spiritual seeker must get up in the morning before sunrise. This is too much. There is a sunrise? I never seen. Those who do not wake up in the morning before sunrise and they wake up at 9, 10, 11 o'clock after the sunrise, in the next life, they become bedbugs. In Hindi, it's called Khatmal. This is written in Khatmal Mahapuran. Friends, begin your day early morning. Remain inspired and cheerful. See, Bhagavad Gita's first message is this. Klaibya masma gamam partha. Don't begin your day in a negative mode. Oh God, one more day again I have to go to office. See? Therefore, in this country we have got this, IGFS, TGFS. No? Thank God it's Friday. Waiting for Friday. For such people, I have opened a series for the Monday. I am OMIG. Oh God, it is Monday. Again they are frustrated. Live inspired every moment. And for that, remember Him. Imagine if the sun doesn't come at the right time, what will happen? We'll keep sleeping. No, we have to wake up. See, Tat Tejo Vidyamakam. So when we look at the sun, we are reminded of the divine. We look at the moon, we are reminded of the divine. We look at the fire, we are reminded of the divine. See? I'll tell you something more secret. Space and air has no form. Water and earth can take any form. In between is fire. Fire is a bridge between the unmanifest and the manifest. And therefore, when we offer something to gods, we offer in the fire, Indraya Swaha, Idan Namama, Varunaya Swaha, Idan Namama. We don't go to Indra, we offer it to the fire. Because fire is a connection between the manifest and the unmanifest. Therefore, in the Vedic culture, this fire worship is so important. See? Now that reminds us of the divine presence. Okay, God understood you are in those things. Then further, I am not only there, I am closer also, where Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Dharayamya Mojasa, entering the earth, Gam is earth. Entering the earth, I support all the beings, the vegetation and everything. Pushnami Chaushari Sarva. All the cereals, all the trees, plants, everything I support. How? Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. By the nutritional value which is present in all the foods, that is my presence. So see where God has come? From sun, He has come to moon, little closer. From there, He has come to fire in our lighter, in our pocket. Oh, God is there also. Good. Then from there, He has come in earth where we are standing. Oh, good. Then from there, He has come still near in the food. He is there. Acha, so near God has come. Then afterwards, now He has entered our stomach. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha. Now I enter in the stomach of the people and digest their food. See? Pranapana Samayakta Pachaminnam Chaturvidam. Bhagwan knew that there are 4 types of foods. See? You are vegetarian, non-vegetarian, naturopathy, and vegan. 4. All 4 types of food are digested by the Pachamennam Chaturvidam. In your Ayurveda, there are 4 types of food. The one which is chewed, which is leaked, which it is beaten, and one which is swallowed. All 4 types of foods are digested by me. You can imagine. We keep on eating, and inside Bhagwan Krishna is sitting and with a big kadhai, and he is cooking the food, and he is tired, and then it stops, and then he thinks, oh God, thank now he stopped. And then a kilogram of ice cream comes, oh God, again. Think of him, don't torture him. Stop, stop. See where he was? In the sun. He has entered our stomach. Is he Petu? No. In the next verse, Bhagavan says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. See? Sarvasya cha aham. This is the meaning. So in some place, I was in a lighter mode. I said, do you know, Bhagavan, what he says? Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. Of all the things, I like chaha. Chaha means tea. Bhagavan likes tea. Wherever you take tea, there I am. When I said like this, one elderly person, he was very gambhir type, very serious. As if studying Bhagavad Gita is a torture. He said, how can you say tea? When Bhagwan was there was no tea. I said, you were there? He said, no. I said, I was there. How come? I said, do you know how many wives Bhagwan Krishna had? 16,108. Those 16,100 wives were from Assam, Pragjyotishpur. Pragjyotishpur is Guwahati, Assam. He whose so many wives are Assamese, can he stop from drinking tea? Not only he was taking tea, he was bathing in tea. Friend, Sarvasya cham hridi sannivishtaha. I am the very essence of everything and being. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha, in the very heart. See? And what you do there? See? Mattaha, because of me, 4 things. Smriti, Jnanam, Apohanam cha, 4 of them. Smriti is dream. Jnanam is waking. Apohanam is deep sleep, their absence. And Chakarat Samadhi. I support waking, dream, deep sleep and Samadhi. That is Bhagavan. Are we not supporting? We support waking. We support our dreams. We support our deep sleep. We support our Samadhi. Where are we searching him? And therefore, Bhagavan says, Vedaisya sarvaihi ahameva vidya. And that is why sarvaihi vedaihi, all the scriptures ultimately aim at Vedya means worthy of knowing. What is worthy of knowing is aham eva vidya. Who is this aham? We say so many times, I. But what is this I? Friends, we know what we are. We don't know who we are. A lot of difference. Who we are. This is what is the essence of all the scripture. Therefore, I told you the first lecture itself, that if there is the ultimate knowledge, ultimate to be attained in life, 15th chapter Bhagavad Gita. See how he described the world and told, don't take this world as seriously. It is just an appearance. It is not real. You are real. So you start inquiry about the world. This is another important point. In our scriptures, there are many theories of creation. In the 4th chapter of Panchadashi, this topic comes. There are many theories. Somewhere, so kamayata, he desired, say ikshata, or somewhere there is a sequence, atmana, akasha, sambhuta, etc. So many theories. But all of them are not meant for proving creation. See, the rule is, the unknown is indicated with reference to the known. See? Do you know Gupta ji? No, I don't know. Do you know Kapoor? Kapoor I know. The Gupta ji is Kapoor's son-in-law. Oh, what you have known? But this is how the rule. Now what do we know? We know this world. So the world is taken for discussion, and then it is said that narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nando na chadi nata sampradishta ashwathaminam suvirudamulam asanga shastrena drudena chitva. When you withdraw from this world fully, completely, then you come to know you are the world. You are the Ishvara. You are the Jiva, and yet you are beyond them. See? The water comes to know, I am the Ishvara, the ocean. I am the Jiva, the waves. And yet I am beyond all of them. This is the meaning. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedyaha. Therefore, all these scriptural studies ultimately come to know yourself. The other thing, if you don't, doesn't matter. It makes no difference. How many leaves are on this tree? It doesn't matter. What is it? How many types of fish are in the ocean? I don't know, and I don't want to know. It is not worth knowing. See, what is worthy of knowing is ahameva vedyaha. Who is this aham? Now see, there are two types of aham. Aham is not, ham is hananam, destruction. Both of them are indestructible. The absolute self that we are cannot be destroyed. The jiva also cannot be destroyed. See, how absolute self cannot be destroyed? Because it is beyond the scope of time, space and object. The jiva, the soul, how it cannot be destroyed? Because it doesn't exist. Can you destroy the husband? You cannot. See? The more you understand this principle, that the reality cannot be destroyed and the illusion cannot be destroyed, we take ourselves to be the illusory I, jiva, and we take it for granted, and then we want to do the sadhana. See? And what is the sadhana? I want to realize. What is the meaning of realization? I don't know. They say realize. I am trying. What for? Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedyaha. Vedanta krut veda videvacha. Therefore, I am alone, the one who gives the knowledge. I am alone who knows the knowledge. I am alone, the only reality. See, friends, after having told this aham, we may mistake, oh, Bhagavan Krishna is too egoist. All the time, aham, aham, aham. In Bhagavad Gita, this asmat pratyay, meaning I, is maximum used. So what is the meaning of this aham? That real meaning of aham is now given by Bhagavan in the next few verses. See, friends. And therefore, we have to very clearly understand and analyze our experiences. When Bhagavan says, Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha, be attentive. What is a waking experience? Three components. Waker, waking world, and waking experience. Three of them. When this experience is over and the dream experience begins, where all these things have gone, then dream experience begins. There also dreamer, dream world, dream experience. When that is over, where all the three of them have gone. See, friends, the more you become aware of this thing, then I'll give you one more homework. Who goes to sleep? Don't demonstrate. Who goes to sleep? Waker doesn't go to sleep. he is not in the sleep. The dreamer doesn't go to sleep, he is not in the sleep. The deep sleeper also does not go to sleep. If he goes to sleep, who will know it was a sleep? See, friends, reflect on this. Another homework. We all say, I had good sleep, but in between I had bad dreams also. But anyway, now it's okay. Who is making this statement? I had good sleep. Waker cannot make this statement because he was not in the deep sleep. I had bad dream. This also cannot be said by the waker. He was not in the dream. And who makes this statement? Be attentive. He who is in the waking without becoming a waker. He who is in the dream without becoming a dreamer. He who is in the deep sleep without going to sleep. He alone can make this statement. This is the truth, what Bhagavan says. Aham. Now, when waking is over, that waker, the I, did he die? When the dreamer is over, after the dream is over, will the dreamer die? No. So neither the waker dies, nor the dreamer dies, nor the deep sleeper dies, nor Paramatma dies. Death is an illusion. Nobody dies. मरने भी नहीं देते. देखो महाराज, the more you inquire, therefore one eye doesn't die because it's an illusion. The other eye doesn't die because it's a reality. Work on this theme again and again. This fear of death. What happens after death? When we are alive, nothing has happened. What can happen after death? But all the time, the same thing. After having studied Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, you have lost your right to be miserable and to die. These are the only two wealths that we have. And that also we give up. Then what for to live? Hey, friends. Therefore, we again and again recognize this thing. Do we ever regret? Hey, in the dream, I had such a lovely lottery, I was in Las Vegas in dream. And I had huge, few $1 billion, But that very time, something happened, my dream broke. And now I'm regretting I could not smuggle that amount in the waking. No. There are some people, they do it. See? And they become our food. There are some people, they catch so much by the dream everywhere. See? In the dream, there was a terrible, cat came, black cat, and she climbed on my chest. And then she went straight away to the, and took out the jugular. And I was feeling so miserable. And in that misery, I woke up. Now what will happen to cat? See, friends, exactly the same way, when a wise man is awakened to his essential nature, ignorant people will tell Thakurji, Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, why don't you tell mother to cure your disease? And his understanding, where do I have the disease? We have got a living demonstration in our life. See, friends, the more we reflect on these thoughts, it becomes easier. Therefore, this POK, practice of knowledge, is 24/7. Now, are there some tips? Yes. Number one, do not justify you are miserable. You are practicing knowledge. Second thing, don't try to prove anything to anybody in this world. One lady in UK, she asked me this question. I want to be like you, happy, cheerful, all that. I said, you cannot be. Why? Because your whole life is a struggle. You want to prove something to somebody. Don't do that. Be yourself. Whenever we try to prove something, we are doubtful about ourselves. See? Do I have to go and tell everybody all the time, do you know, I'm a man, I'm not a woman. Don't you see my beard? I'm a man, I'm not a woman. People will say, we are not calling you a woman. Why? You are telling. We don't call you, you are devil. We call you a divine. See, my friends. Therefore, the more we work on this, so first of all, never justify being me. This is the definition of yoga given by Bhagavan Krishna. Don't go into the body twisting yoga. The real yoga according to Bhagavan Krishna, and Bhagavan Krishna is Yogeshwara. His definition is the ultimate definition. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sannitam. When the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. That ability to refuse to be miserable is called as yoga. Yoga sannitam. Then how to practice that? Sa nishchena yoktavyaha. Make a firm resolution. Then may what happen? I refuse to be miserable. Then what will happen to misery? Make others miserable. You relax. Swami, this is bad. Friend, try this. If you are not miserable, you can never make anybody miserable. And if you are miserable, you don't like happy people. See? Like you must have seen in your houses, God has created this world for fun. Don't become too serious about it. And what is the fun? Fun is when there are contradictions, there is some kind of tak-tak-tuk going on. So he brings, they say the marriages are fixed in the heavens, and so also the thunder is also from heaven. So when they come, thereafter, they are exactly opposite poles, cathode, anode. Then only there is a fire possible. So suppose example, the wife is happy-go-lucky. The moment she lands on the bed, she starts snoring. No time. Don't waste time. Start snoring. And husband is all the time gambhir. And when he looks at her, Patani, constantly sleeping, snoring. He doesn't get sleep. So he is more miserable. See, friends, a miserable person doesn't like happy people. And happy person always is happy and spreads that happiness. This is the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. So nishtena yoktavyaha, make a firm resolution. Refuse to be miserable. We don't want to prove anything to anybody. Third principle, don't justify anything. Friends, we are all answerable, not to the world, answerable to our own conscience. Do we fall short of self-respect because of our own lifestyle? We can cheat others. How can you cheat yourself? And that self-cheating creates what is called as the guilt. And a guilty person cannot laugh. See, friends, therefore, this truth has to be known as our essential nature, and nobody can help us in this. So now what is this truth? This is the concluding topic of this chapter. It's very beautiful. Now repeat after me, 16th mantra onwards. Dvavimau purushau loke Ksharaschakshara evacha Kshara sarvani bhutani कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्तव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद् भजति माम् सर्वभावेन भारत. Now, who is this self? One which was said, aham eva vedyaha. Who is this aham? Now, this is the last topic. See, friends. Dvau imo purusho loke ksharascha kshara evacha. Loke, in this world, there are two principles. Purusha. Which are those? Kshara and akshara. Kshara means constantly changing. Akshara means never changing. So, what will be our wrong understanding? Oh, there are two principles. Constantly changing and not changing. Because it is a dual case. You know, in Sanskrit, there are three things. Singular, dual and plural. So here, dvau imo purushau loke. So there are two of them. But that is not the meaning. Therefore, I told you, scripture should not be studied only with the knowledge of Sanskrit. Dvau imo purusho loke ksharascha akshara evacha ksharas sarvani bhutani kutastaha akshara uchyate. See. Now, there are two principles. These two principles are the expression of the same reality. See. This is very deep topic. Be attentive. One is kshara, constantly changing. Akshara, never changing. Can you see in this world anything that they are independent of each other? Changes are always established with reference to the changeless. When we say, I have become old, with reference to what? With me, I am the same. So, one reality is expressing in two ways. One is the Panchakoshas, Kshara, constantly changing, and in this Panchakoshas, Paramatma is manifested as principle of life. That is called Kutastha. Kutastha means Kutavat Tishtati, like the anvil. Anvil is what? Where all changes happen, but the anvil does not undergo any change. That is the anvil. Like the blacksmith, if you see, they have got a very strong block of iron and they hit the other things and hit on that. The lower thing doesn't change. In the same manner, there are two principles. One is the principle of life, what is called as Kutastha. Kutavat Tishtati is the same. And second is Kshara, constantly changing. So if you look at our own life, there are two principles. Changing principle and unchanging principle. Dvau imo purusho loke ksharascha akshara evacha ksharas sarvani bhutani kutastho akshara uchyate. And both of them are Purusha. Purusha means what? Purishayanat Purushaha and Purnatvat Purushaha. The one which is expressing through the body is called as Purusha, and the one which is in spite of that is complete Purnamadaha Purnamidam, therefore called as Purusha. It is something like total space Purnatvat Purushaha. Hall space is Purishayanat because it is limited by the hall. But that doesn't mean that there are two spaces. One is unmanifest without reference to the conditioning. The other is manifest with reference to the conditioning. Therefore, one space is called in two ways. Exactly the same way. One principle is called in two ways. One part is constantly changing, and the other part is ever the same. Kutastaha akshara uchyate. And therefore, we never get an experience that we are changing. It is the grace of the society when they tell, now you have become old, behave properly. There is a very good friend of mine in Goa. She is so giggling, laughing, and no end to it. Her daughter was born little late, and the daughter is out of the world, so different. So when this mother comes and talks to me in that jolly mood, Swamiji, hi and all that, so her daughter tells, Mummy, this is Swamiji, behave properly. This is not the way. See? Therefore, two aspects. One is changing, one is not changing. Now, what is the changing aspect and what is the unchanging aspect? When we come to discover, then we come to know that you have to go beyond both. And then we come to the changeless reality. What is that? Is the concluding topic. We'll take it in our concluding session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.